Wow, that was good. Really good. Like, damn. Like, my whole thing, right? I started off and I was like, okay, like this battle's going down. This individual's going in. You know, he's getting destroyed. You know, but I already liked him. I thought he was cool. But I was like, man, don't let this turn into like a Seraph of the Anthem feel to where this is all we get for like an episode. But no, holy crap! You get to a certain point, and it's like a reminder that get to the end of the episode before you judge it. By the heavens, man! I'll tell you what. I was half paying attention but the moment that you saw him walk, and you saw him enter this white room, and everything around is like surrounded by doors. You have one dude in the middle. Nice shirt, glasses, got a cig in his hand, has like files around him. And you just think to yourself, he's like, yo, did he die? But then what's all these doors? Who is this individual? Is he the person who casts judgment upon people and upon death? And you're just like, what the hell's going on? It just really, really intrigued me right off the bat, right as soon as I saw that. Because stuff like that has always intrigued me. But just the way that it started off and the contrast like, immediately to that. Like, at first I thought it was going to be like a historical series covering like something about like the wars back in the day. I was like, oh, this is about to be like another kingdom. But no. It's actually about guys from or individuals from different parts of history who get thrown into this place, and they're called drifters. Or at least this, because there's a bunch of different doors, so I'm going to assume that there's other individuals in other different sides as well. But it really just makes you interested, man. Like, seriously, stuff like that, you know, anything including the stuff with like the afterlife or anything like that. That's why I love Death Parade. That's why I thought that anime was so good. Anything about me like your own perception of what happens like in the afterlife. But then it makes you think, it's like, wait, did he really die though? And it's like, because right before I watched this, I was in a stream for Haikyuu greatness, and I remembered somebody saying that it was made by the creators of Hellsing. Right off the bat with the art style, I could tell. And when I saw the guy there with his file, and he wrote something down, I was like, yo, what is he like? Y'all gonna be writing some stuff down in a death note? And he sends him off into this place. Now, the main character, like, I love the comedy. The comedy really had me sold. It was great because you have the main character, then you have. So hold on, before I get to that, so he sends him off after writing the death note into this location with elves, and you're like, what the heck? Yo, about some berserk stuff, right? And you're like, wait, where did he land? So then right here, you actually get to meet Nobunaga the Fool, and this other individual from 400 years ago in the Genpei War. At first I thought this was a female. I was like, whoa, this chick has some insane skill. But then I believe it turned out to be a male, right? Unless don't do some Haku stuff on me, right? But that entire portion with them speaking to each other was so interesting to me, because first of all, just as a fan, personally as a fan of history, it's always awesome to see series like that's one of the things that I liked about Fate Zero when I was watching that, was just the simple fact of individuals from different portions in history that we know interacting with each other. You know, we had Nobunaga the Fool here, into which in the history of the main character here in Drifters, you know, this guy is dead, but his perception of it was completely different. We actually get to see exactly what happened there with Nobunaga, into which we see, you know, he was betrayed there in Kyoto. You know, this way as the story goes. But in actuality, to him, he actually managed to. He was just escaping. He was running away as the fire was coming down, and then he found the same guy. And that's also the same way that the person from the Genpei War 400 years ago made it there. And it just makes everything so much interesting. It's like, why and who is that individual? What is going on? Can they enter other places like this? Is the reason why they're called drifters is because they can drift from one side of history to the other? Or where is the place that they're at? And who was that guy at the end who was on some Lelouch v. Britannia stuff who says they can mark the end of the world? Like, it was so many questions, but it's so very interesting. And my favorite thing about it, well, like, the concept in itself really has me interested. The concept just has me insanely interested. Main character's fun, is pretty cool. I love the way that, like, he really praises his father, and he has such a huge pride of, like, of his clan. and all that. So I thought that was cool, and just showing, you know, how prideful and just how the difference, like the eras are for them, because like you know, you kept seeing how, oh man, like your family must have been some sort of thing in this in the generations to come in order for you to reach that status. And then when it comes to just Nobunaga, even 18 years before, and that was another thing, the time difference. He stated that he was there for only half a year. But in the main character standpoint, it's 18 years. 18 years. Like, holy crap. So, very, very interesting first episode of Drifters. I can't wait for the next episode. Like, I want to read the manga right now, but it's just this season has so many good series that I want to keep this going. I just want to watch the next episode. So, Drifters, man, great sauce of a first episode. Really, really interesting. And just like stuff like that, like with the timelines messed up. And it's like that in of itself, because you know how like if you've ever read like a story, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, like a story of like someone in the afterlife, of how time supposedly moves slower there in these types of stories, and like it just makes you interested. Like, what exactly is this, the afterlife? And who is that guy? And is he under someone else? And you're just like knowing the Hellsing creator and what he's done with Hellsing. Then what is this? What's going on here? But man, just like from an overall and from an animation and a song standpoint, the ending song at the end there was flipping awesome sauce, really good. But dude, the animation's godlike. It is great. The way everything looks, it just looks beautiful. The comedy was great, man. it was absolutely awesome. I love the way they're like poking fun at each other through like the years. But really, really interesting first episode, and it just really has me looking forward to more, man. Really, really looking forward to more. And I just can't wait to see how everything's going to resolve from here on out. Interested on that character at the end of the episode. The end of the world. And how they're seeking out these drifters. I mean, as far as we know, there's only 3 right now, but I'm pretty sure like there's more they're going to encounter later on down the line. But these 3 figures, one of them really reaching high status into where he was, which is our main character. We have Nobunaga the Fool, which is, you know, known around the world. And you have this individual from the Genpei War, which as soon as he heard, he's like, whoa, that's impossible. Like, there's no way that you're that individual. So they must have known him as well. And you're like, man, these characters are all from all over the courses of history. Well, meeting each other at this point in time, and maybe that's what the Hellsing ultimate, or the Hellsing creator is trying to show here, is maybe the way that they resolve this issue or they get out of it is by using the knowledge and what they know from their specific timelines and their time periods, bringing it all together. And maybe that's what this thing is. They're drifters in history, which I find to be very, very fascinating. Just off the first episode, this has me so intrigued, and I can't wait to find out more, man. But you guys have been awesome sauce of a day. This week's episode of Drifters, the very first episode, it just gets a great sauce, man. Really, really good first episode. Like I said before, whenever the episode started off, I just did not expect what came later. Just that room. So very mysterious, because it's just completely white. Then this guy with a desk is in the middle. It's automatically gives off the Hellsing vibe right there. You see all these doors. Like, yo, is he dead? Where were all those doors? Like there's like an infinite number of doors. Is that time? Because that's all different time periods in history, important moments in history. Like, seriously, Drifters, man. I'm really liking it. But you guys have been awesome today. Let me know what you guys thought about Drifters down in the comment section down below. Comedy was on point, and you guys know me. I love great comedy. But man, animation, man, music, just the art on it, the way it just looks fabulous. I'm so happy you got this Crunchyroll account, man, because got to watch this with no ads, and I was immersed after that scene when he first enters it in. I'm looking forward to seeing where the individual from the Genpei War 400 years ago, seeing that scene and how he got there, because maybe that's going to lead towards some sort of key into this entire mystery. I'm not sure, because he seems to be like the most interesting out of the 3 right now, because we know the least about him. but I can't wait to find out more, man. I'm really interested. This is so insane, dude. I watched this like at 2 in the morning, so like my brain is already like just moving fast, man. I can't wait for next episode of Drifters, guys. Have an awesome day. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Drifters, and can't wait for next Friday, man. It's gonna be great, and I'll be right back here. Drifters, man. This is so interested. What is going on? What truly is like? I was just so interested.